Hi friends, this is the second part of the topic complex trigonometric functions. So here we will start by finding the zeros of the complex sine and cosine functions. We have sine z is equal to e power iz minus e power minus iz divided by 2i. So replacing z by x plus iy, we have e power I into x plus iy minus e power minus I into x plus iy divided by 2. So this is nothing but e power ix into e power I square y. I square y is minus y minus e power minus ix into e power minus I into e power minus I square y. So e power y. I square is negative 1. So e power minus I square is minus 1. So plus 1 into y. So divide by 2. Clear. Now we have the Euler's formula. E power ix is nothing but cos x plus I sin x into e power minus y minus e power minus ix is nothing but e power sorry cos x minus I sin x into e power y. So divided by 2. Okay. So here we have cos x into e power minus y minus cos x into e power y. So taking cos x outside, cos x into e power minus y, and from this minus e power y plus taking I into sin x, or we have here we have I, right? I I I forgotten to take. So we have this divided by, or plus taking cos x outside, and my plus taking sin x outside, we get I into e power minus y plus I into e power y divided by 2i, okay, which is equal to cos x into e power minus y minus e power y divided by 2i plus taking I outside here, and we can divide this I. So sin x into e power y plus e power minus y divided by 2 itself. Clear? That is, so here we are multiplying an I and dividing I. So I into I is negative 1. So we have I into cos of this. So I square is negative 1. So we have sin x into this, sin x into e power y plus e power minus y divided by 2 plus dividing this I square is in here. So plus I into cos x into, here I square is negative 1. So I is here and negative can be uh, taken here. So cos x into e power y minus e power minus y. So this will be e power y minus e power minus y by using this negative divided by 2. But we have this e power y plus e power minus y divided by 2 is nothing but this is uh, cos h of x, right? So this is equal to cos of, actually cos x here and sin x here. So sin x into uh, cos h y, this is hyperbolic uh, cos, plus I into sin x cos x into, this is hyperbolic sine. So sin h of y, right? So this is actually sin z. Sin z is equal to sin x plus iy. So sin x plus iy can be written, this is sin z is equal to sin of x plus iy, which is equal to sin x into cos hy plus I into cos x into sin hy. Okay. So also we can, in a similar way we can define cos z. Okay, similarly I am leaving this to you. We have cos z is equal to cos of x plus y, x plus iy, which is equal to cos x into cos hy minus I into sin x into sin hy. Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഇത് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കുക cos z ഉണ്ട്. So we have separated the real part and imaginary part of sin z and cos z. Okay, so I am leaving this cos z to you. Okay, now what about this mod sin z whole square? We have mod sin z is nothing but this square plus this square root of this. So mod sin z whole square is equal to sin square x into cos h square y plus cos square x into sin h square y. Okay, so we can use the property we have cos h square is equal to 1 plus sin h square y. So this can be written as sin square x into 1 plus sin h square y plus cos square x into sin h square y, because we have the hyperbolic function property cos h square is equal, x is equal or cos h square y is equal to 1 plus sin h square y, or cos h square minus sin h square is equal to 1. Okay, so by using that we get this. So sin square into 1 plus, so this is equal to sin square x plus sin square x into sin h square y plus cos square x into sin h square y. So taking sin h square y outside, we get here is sin square x plus taking sin h square y into sin square x plus cos square x, which is 1. So we have this sin z whole square is equal to this. Okay, so similarly we can write cos z modulus of cos z whole square is equal to then square plus the square. So cos square x into cos h square y plus sin square x into sin h square y. So sin square x into sin h square y. ഓക്കെ, നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ചെയ്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇവിടെ എന്ത് കിട്ടും? കോസ് സ്ക്വയർ എക്സ് ഇൻറ്റു ദിസ് ഇസ് cos h square y is equal to 1 plus sin h square y. So 1 plus sin h square y plus sin square x into sin h square y. So this is cos square x plus cos square into sin h square y, sin square x into sin square y. So taking sin h square y outside, we get cos h square x plus sin h square x. So it is 1. So this is sin h square y. Okay, so we have mod sin z whole square is equal to sin square x plus sin h square y, and mod cos z whole square is equal to cos square x plus sin h square y. എന്തിനാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ സ്ക്വയർ കണ്ടത്? നമ്മുടെ ആവശ്യം സൈൻ സെറ്റ് 0 ആവുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന സെറ്റിന്റെ വാല്യൂ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം ആൻഡ് കോസ് സെറ്റിന്റെ 0 കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. നമുക്കറിയാം ഒരു ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ഓക്കെ z is equal to 0 if and only if mod z whole square is equal to 0. Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഇത് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്തത്. So we have a complex number z is equal to 0 if and only if mod z whole square equal to 0. So from this we can say that cos or sin z is equal to 0, sin z is equal to 0 if and only if mod sin z whole square is equal to 0. Okay, but we have mod sin z is this. Okay, so this is if and only if sin square x plus sin h square y equal to 0. Sin square x plus sin h square y equal to 0. So this is only if sin x equal to 0 and sin hy equal to 0. But we have sin x is equal to 0 means x equal to n pi for n equal to 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. And sin hy equals 0. Sin hy is e power y minus e power minus y divided by 2. This is equal to 0 only if e power y equal to e power minus y. That is only if y equal to minus y. That is only if y equal to 0. That is 2y equal to 0. So that is y equal to 0. So sin hy equals 0 only if y equal to 0. Okay. So sin z is equal to 0 only if x equal to n pi and y equal to 0. That is if and only if z is equal to x plus iy, which is equal to n pi plus I into 0 for n equal to 0 plus or minus 1 etc. Okay, so this is nothing but n pi, that is 0 of sin z is nothing but plus or minus 2 etc. z is equal to n pi. Okay. ഇതേപോലെ നമുക്ക് കോസിൻ്റെ സീറോയും നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റും. സോ കോസിൻ്റെ സീറോ കോസ് സീറോ ആകുമ്പോൾ എപ്പോഴായിരിക്കും കോസ് എക്സ് സ്ക്വയറും സൈൻ സ്ക്വയർ വൈയും സീറോ ആയിരിക്കണം. ഓക്കെ, സിമിലർലി വി ക്യാൻ റൈറ്റ് cos z is equal to 0 if and only if cos x square x cos square x equals 0 sin square y equals 0. So cos square x equals 0 and sin square y sin h square y equal to 0. So sin square y equal to 0 implies x equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2 and y equal to 0. So z is nothing but x plus iy, that is 2n plus 1 pi by 2 plus 0 I, that is this, for n equal to 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. So zeros of sin z are 0 pi 2 pi etc minus pi etc. Okay, and zeros of cos z are 2n plus 1 pi by 2 for n equal to 0 plus or minus 1 etc. Okay, so here to find the zeros of sin z and cos z, that is the value of z such that sin z is equal to 0, that is the 0 of sin z, and the value of z such that cos z equal to 0, that is the 0 of cos z. So to find these zeros of sin z and cos z, we used the hyperbolic function of real variable y. Okay, next we can move on to a problem. Find the value of sin 2 plus I. Okay, so how to find this value? We have sin of x plus iy is nothing but sin x cos hy plus I into cos x sin hy. This is the expansion of sin x plus iy or sin z. So therefore sin of 2 plus I is equal to sin 2 cos h1 plus I into cos 2 sin h1. Okay, so by using the calculator we can find the values of sin 2 and cos h1. Cos h1 is actually e power 1 plus e power minus 1 divided by 2, and sin h1 is e power 1 minus e power minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so finding these values by using a calculator we will get this 1.4031 minus 0.4891 I. Okay, next an important thing is that in the case of real variable, we have the fact that mod sin x is less than or equal to 1. Also mod cos x is less than or equal to 1. That is sin x, the value of sin x lies between minus 1 and 1. Also the value of cos x is lies between minus 1 and 1. So if x is a real variable, then the value of sin x and cos x lies between minus 1 and 1. That is sin x and cos x are bounded functions. but these inequalities does not hold in the case of complex variable. Okay, that is in the case of complex sine and cosine, these inequalities does not hold. That means we cannot say that minus 1 less than or equal to sine z less than or equal to 1 and minus 1 less than or equal to cos z less than or equal to 1. It is because we have mod sine z whole square is equal to this. Okay, we have mod sine z square is equal to sine square x plus sine h square y. We have sine square x is bounded because sin x varies from minus 1 to 1, so sine square x is varies from 0 to 1, but sin h square or sin hy is varies from minus infinity to infinity. Okay, because we have sin hy is equal to e power y minus e power minus y divided by 2. Okay, so this is lies between minus infinity to infinity. For this sin hy varies from minus infinity to infinity for possible values of y. Okay, because y is a real variable, so for the various values of y we can see that sin hy varies from minus infinity to infinity, so this sin z whole square is not bounded. Okay, similarly, here also we have sin h square y, so cos z whole square is also not bounded. That is, we cannot say that complex sine and cosine, that is cos z and sin z are bounded. Okay, that means we cannot restrict sin z and cos z from minus 1 to 1. Okay, for example, solve cos z is equal to 10. Okay, what it means? Solve ചെയ്യാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ we have to find the value of z such that cos z is equal to 10. That means if you are able to solve this equation, then we can say that we can find the value of z such that the value of cos z is 10. That is, it is not restricted. The value of cos z is not restricted from minus 1 to 1. Okay, that is value of cos z is 10. Okay, so we can solve this. uh, we have cos z is equal to 10 implies we have cos z is e power iz plus e power minus iz divided by 2 equal to 10. So this can be written as e power iz plus e power minus iz is equal to 20. So multiplying throughout e by e power iz, we get e power iz whole square plus e power iz into e power minus iz, that is 1, equal to 20 into e power iz. So this is equal to, this implies e power iz whole square minus 20 into e power iz plus 1 equal to 0. So we got a quadratic equation in e power iz. Okay, with the variable e power iz. So by using the quadratic formula we can find the value of e power iz. That is nothing but minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4 into a into c divided by 2a, that is 2. So this is nothing but by solving this, simplifying this, we get 20 plus or minus square root of uh, 20 whole square is 400 minus 4 divided by 2. Okay, so this is 20 plus or minus square root of 396 divided by 2. So this is equal to, can write this as the plus 10 plus or minus square root of 3 into square root of 11. Okay, so this is actually e power I z. Okay, so e power I z is equal to 10 plus or minus 3 into square root of 11. Okay, so we have to we know to solve the exponential equation. So from this we can write I into z is equal to ln of 10 plus or minus 3 square root of 11. Clear? So this is equal to, we have ln of 10 plus or minus 3 root 11 is nothing but log of modulus of 10 plus or minus square root of 3 into square root of 11 plus I into argument of 10 plus or minus 3 root pi 3 root 11. We have 10 plus 3 root 11 is positive and 10 minus 3 root 11 is also positive because 3 root 11 is less than 10. So this value is actually a purely real number, so it will be on the positive real axis because this is positive number. 10 plus 3 root 11 is positive, also 10 minus 3 root 11 is also positive, so it will be on somewhere here, okay, in the positive real axis. So angle is argument is 0, so 0 plus 2n pi, clear. So this will be Iz. So this is equal to log of mod 10 mod 10 plus or minus 3 root 11 plus 2n pi into I. Okay, so we need to find Z. So Z is nothing but dividing throughout by I, we get here is 1 by I into log of 10 plus or minus 3 root 11 plus 2n pi. 2n pi into I divided by I is 2n pi. So this can be expressed as 2n pi minus if you are multiplying and dividing by I. So here is I square is negative 1. So this minus I into uh, log of 10 plus or minus 3 root 11. So this will be the value of Z. Okay, so, value of Z such that cos Z is equal to 10. So we will have some value for value 10 for cos Z. So we cannot restrict the value of cos Z from minus 1 to 1. So the important thing is that it is not bounded. Cos Z and sin Z are not bounded.